Welcome back, Elf Hunters. The market is having a little topsy turvy Tuesday. We are having a little bit of a down day, and this kind of comes on the back of yesterday, I guess. We had a little bit of activity kind of go on yesterday afternoon, and a lot of this really stemmed from Jerome Powell kind of talking about, well, basically, he said we're going to take our time with reducing rates, and this comes on the back of, well, they just reduced rates 50 basis points, so, or half a percent. And yeah, I mean, it's just I mean, the market obviously didn't respond to that positively at first, and then rallied, on the back of it, going into close. So we actually had a pretty decent day up yesterday, but we had a nice little gap down to kind of start the day. Gap down roughly, yeah, 0.1%, and then just you see the trade down. We even broke yesterday afternoon's low. That's kind of where we are trying to consolidate. I mean, we got some kind of sideways movement kind of going on here over the past 40 minutes or so. Shall see. The Qs definitely got wrecked. Definitely got wrecked. They didn't get as much of the bullishness yesterday and that afternoon kind of activity, and then you see how much they came down this morning, got hit. So SPY currently being down 1%. The Qs are down 1.75%. So yeah, pretty big discrepancy there between SPY and Qs. So big tech definitely getting hammered today. IWM, nice little gap down, trading lower, down 1.5%. Okay. DIA, gap down, trade lower, currently down about 0.5%. And the RSP gap down, trade lower, currently down about 0.7%. So yeah, most of that bearish activity that we're seeing so far today is definitely coming from the big tech world. So we will see. I can see Apple AAPL currently down about 3%, a little bit more. This nice. I mean, this thing had a shaved top basically to it yesterday. Let's see, high 220 or 233 on the dot. Close was 233 on the dot. So yeah, perfect shave top there at the close yesterday on AAPL. And basically you can see it was basically right at these highs, these wicks that we put in over the past month and a half. So yeah, a lot of people probably hopping in bullish. Had a little bit of a slight uptick on volume there yesterday. So you get the gap down below yesterday. We got that this morning, and just quickly trading down. So currently down about 3.5% there on AAPL. So that might be leading part of it. Anyways, RSP on the daily basically pulled back. Might throw another lower wick into that 10 EMA. Broke that lower wick from yesterday. So maybe people will continue to be bullish off that 10 EMA. We'll see. DIA might also try to do the same thing. Try to bounce off that 10 EMA. We'll find out by the end of the day. IWM pulling down, actually breaking the low that we put in last week. So, all right. Well, it's right on top of that 20 EMA. We'll see what happens by the end of the day. If it can bounce, maybe we'll go higher on the IWM. Qs. Oof. So Qs broke last week's low because it was the low of last week was Tuesday, so a week ago. Basically came down almost to that 20 EMA, basically around top of that 20 EMA. So yeah, I'd imagine there's going to be some support level. People trying to buy that level. A lot of people do try to play it off the 20. So it kind of makes sense while we're at least chopping there for a little bit here. SPY, man, it looks like the SPY just trying to roll over. Man, we'll see what happens by the end of the day today. But yeah, I mean, we had a nice look at the nice volume that we had yesterday. Qs didn't have Qs had a little bit of a higher volume, but yeah, you can see the higher volume there on the SPY yesterday, and then we just come right back down today. Sell, break yesterday's low. So we'll see by the end of the day. But man, I don't know. I kind of was wanting to see like a couple of days here into new all-time high area. So we'll see what happens by the end of the day. Maybe will rally, push higher by the end of the day, and give us enough of a momentum to push higher later in the week. As far as the VIX goes, it was basically a flat day yesterday, but today has come out pretty good. Obviously, the selling that we've seen so far this morning, yeah, it's pushed the VIX higher. Okay, maybe we're in a new leg higher. Just have to wait and see. DXY dollar bouncing. Okay, I would have thought we would have been rolling over, but yeah, if it never fully did, and you got the pop through the moving averages here. This is going to be the first time we probably do close over the moving averages by end of day today. Okay. And I do know we got some data this morning, JOLTS data. The JOLTS data did come in a little bit better than expected. Remember, prior was 7.7 million. And forecast was expecting another reduction of 7.65 million. We actually got a number to come in at 8.04 million. So a little bit higher tick there on the JOLTS data. And so the market responding kind of positively to that, I guess. Or you can say the market's not really responding positively. Remember, most of the selling this morning on at least on the stock market was before we got the JOLTS data, before we got that job data. So, anyways, GLD Gold Trust, yep, just be bullish on any dips. We had the dip over the 2 previous days. Nice little bounce there today. Kind of see a little bit of a upper wick coming in there. Okay, so. Maybe we'll chop here another day or two or so, but yeah, I'll just be bullish on any pullbacks. Yields, 10-year yield dropping off. Okay, so this retest higher that we had over the second half of September was just retesting this lower level. I think it's still just gonna be more choppy because we've just been more choppy than anything, really. Ever since the beginning of August, we really haven't gone anywhere. It's just been choppy. So I think we'll probably just continue to be choppy than anything else. Anyways, 10 and 2 inversion. Pulling back some more. Okay. Pulling back some more. HYG. Pulling back. Interesting. So yields are down. HYG bonds are down pretty good as well. LQD. Basically not doing a whole lot of anything. And then you got TLT, which looked like it was going to try and roll over yesterday. Now bouncing a little bit higher, getting right up into this 99.3 level, basically, which is another spot you expect to see some resistance there because we've had some resistance there before, right? So expect to have some resistance there. And we'll see if that's not the spot where we kind of roll over and go lower. Remember, there's probably going to be one more really good one. It's going to be right here where this gap fill would be, or this little lower end of this day was on September 18th, around 99.60 or so. All right, let's take a look at sector rotation on the day. We have pretty good discrepancy variance between the highs and lows. You got energies doing pretty good on the day. You've been up even as much as 2% on the day. Utilities also doing pretty well. And then you got staples outperforming, industrials, communications, real estate, financials, materials kind of mixed in there. All doing pretty good. All doing pretty good, outperforming on the day. Discretionaries underperforming, as well as tech. Yep, that's the one that is lagging the most behind. Makes sense. See, even intraday, basically the same kind of deals going on. Energy's doing pretty well. Utilities also doing really good. Staples, healthcare, industrials, financials, materials, and real estate all outperforming. Underperformers, communications, discretionaries, and tech.